guess what we have? We have pigs and electric fencing. And so the pigs come in roughly 2 times a year at most to do a strategic disturbance factor. And you notice there's an electric fence so they can't go in the creek. The electric fence runs around out there so the creek is fenced out on both sides. And we have a bunch of these pastures all up in the mountain. And all we do is zigzag this wire from tree to tree using nylon rope as a poor boy insulator. And in no time you can encircle 5 acres or whatever, put 50 pigs in, and the pigs save up to $500 of feed cost per acre by what they're scrounging in bugs, acorns, fallen mass, nuts, worms, and grubs that they're finding over here. And the disturbance actually stimulates grasses to come in and pays for us to come in and strategically thin and open it up so that the remainder trees can be healthier and express their treeness. Thank you. Y'all are really sharp. And actually be healthier and grow better as a forest, so it actually stimulates the forest while we're getting an annual cash flow off of the pigs. That is major, because generally foresters can only sell forest management based on a once-a-generation harvest that's a pittance, barely enough to pay the taxes. Here, we're talking about $300 to $500 an acre cash flow every year. It's the same as pasture, and we're growing a healthier forest. And we don't have to plant a seed. We don't have to fertilize it. It's just the strategic disturbance of the pigs that's creating a more historically normal, productive, diversified, synergistic ecosystem. So what's enabling it to happen is polyethylene pipe and electric fence that allows us to deliver clean water strategically to these spots and control the pigs so they're not there to tear it up too long. It's only, if they're there for too long, it goes to weeds. If they're there not long enough, it goes to brambles. So there's a very careful sweet spot in which their disturbance is like Goldilocks and the little bear's porridge, where it's just right. Okay, questions?
What's the sweet spot?
What is the sweet spot? The sweet spot is enough to stimulate grasses, but not enough to create weeds. That's the sweet spot. And I'm sure that's different in different ecologies. Okay?
How do you know when to move the pigs? I mean, how do you feel?
How do we know?
That when the food's
Okay,
gone
all right.
there?
For us, what we found is that 2 tons of feed per paddock is the right amount of disturbance. So the feed becomes our constant measure of the disturbance. The fact is that 30 250-pound pigs, let me do this right, 30 250-pound pigs for 10 days is the same disturbance as 60 250-pound pigs, what did I say?
For 5 days. Yep.
For 5 days. Are you with me?
Yep.
So that feeder becomes our integrity monitor. Great question. Yeah. Yes.
You said earlier you had the rabbits and the chickens and the pigs all in one. So we were noticing in the barn the pigs were missing some of the chickens. If they went in that little area.
Big pigs will eat chickens.
Okay.
So when we do that with the pigs and the chickens and the rabbits, we use little pigs. By the time pigs hit 100 pounds, they begin developing an appetite for drumsticks. So all of this choreography is timed extremely meticulously, so that you have synergism and not whatever the opposite of synergism is.
Antagonism?
Yeah, dysenergy. Yeah. Yes.
As you demonstrate, like with the pasture, 5 times more productivity than other people in the county.
Where was that baby?
And if not, why not?
Are people copying us? And if not, why not? We're bioterrorists. I mean, the scientists say this is going to create hog cholera. Now, you see, the reason they say that is because they're basing it on 1890 to 1930, when outdoor pigs were industrialized ahead of polyethylene black plastic pipe, electric fencing, good cell feeders, front end loaders, wood chipping, rural electrification, and an understanding of hygiene and sanitation. Today, we have all this wonderful infrastructure, but our culture.
You're dancing.
Showing his pigness.
Put your left foot in. You put your left foot out. But the industrial system, their mentality is that our side, I'll just say our side, has not moved with times. They've been the only ones that have moved with times. Well, my goodness, in 5 minutes I can show you 12 things that Grandpa would have given his eye teeth to have for the first time in human history. And the beautiful thing is that it's allowing us to really raise large volumes of animals in a more ecologically sanitary, hygienic way than even nature did 500 years ago. That's what's cool about it. No, there's not a lot of interest. No, the neighbors, no, they're not interested. I mean, you got to realize the whole us duh and F duh demonizes and criminalizes what we do. And so there's a lot of inertia built up to protect. Look, if people start doing what we did, it would completely invert the power, prestige, and position of the industrial food system. And there's a lot of inertia built up in that system to make sure that doesn't happen. A lot of circling of the wagons.
Joe, what do you think of what's going on in Michigan with them outlawing?
Yeah, the thing in Michigan with the pigs is just horrendous. Breaks my heart. It's just horrible. What's happening in Michigan is that the Department of Natural Resources has determined that they might have a feral hog problem at some time, and so they've defined what a feral hog is, and they've done it so broadly that all pigs but about 2 breeds fit their feral hog description. So they started last week sending SWAT teams onto farms with heritage hogs like this, gunning them down, shooting them, not even compensating the farm, calling them feral hogs in situations exactly like this.
And those 2 breeds are commercial breeds.
And those 2 breeds are commercial breeds, Yorkshires and Durocs. I mean, there's about 4 or 5 breeds, but a lot of heritage breeds don't fit.
So what happens when we get rid of our genetic diversity? Then will the DNR come in next and say, "Oh, we got to save these pigs"?
Yeah, well, they haven't studied the Irish potato famine apparently. Yeah.